She was found dead in the shower with third-degree burns, and the killer's DNA was under her fingernails. But when police finally matched it 25 years later, the person who did it wasn't a stranger. It was someone who had eaten dinner at her table. On a May morning in 2001, Brett Ray, the boss of Leslie Prier, walked into the foyer of Leslie's Chevy Chase home and found blood on the walls. Tables were knocked over, games were scattered across the floor. Brett had arrived with Sandy Prier, Leslie's husband of nearly 30 years. Sandy went upstairs alone. He returned roughly 30 seconds later. Brett then noticed the kitchen door was slightly open. Above the blood on the floor, there was smeared blood, as if someone had tried to clean up a violent struggle. Brett told Sandy to call 911. A uniformed officer arrived, went upstairs to the master bathroom, and found Leslie Prier dead inside the shower. Leslie Prier was 50 years old. She was warm, magnetic, and known for her southern charm. Her entire world revolved around her only child, Lauren. She and her husband, Sandy, had raised Lauren in Chevy Chase, Maryland, one of the safest, wealthiest communities in America. Neighbors said the area was idyllic. People felt safe all the time. Leslie talked constantly about Lauren at work, where her daughter was going, what she was doing, how proud she was. Sandy was known as devoted to his family. But on that Wednesday, Leslie did not show up for her job. Concern grew quickly among her co-workers. The medical examiner later ruled Leslie's death a homicide. The cause was blunt force trauma to the head and strangulation. The back of her skull had V-shaped lacerations that matched a corner in the kitchen doorway. She had also been choked so hard that a small bone in her neck was broken. After death, her killer turned on the shower and ran scalding hot water over her body, causing third-degree burns. The goal was to destroy DNA evidence. Blood was found in the foyer, along the walls, and across the kitchen floor. There was no sign of forced entry, pointing to someone she knew. Police focused on Sandy Prier immediately. In interviews, he admitted that Leslie drank heavily. He said she would have many glasses of wine each night, which made their marriage difficult. He described grabbing her by the shoulders during arguments, once causing her to hit a wall. He also told detectives that on the morning of the murder, Leslie was standing at the door wearing only a bra and panties when he left. Sandy later took a polygraph test and failed. Detectives pressed him to confess, but he refused, insisting, "You got the wrong guy." Lauren Prier was at work when she saw a police car pull up outside. Her father got out of the car. He told her there had been an accident. Her mother was gone. Lauren screamed from the bottom of her heart. She had grown up with perfect parents, a beautiful home, and complete safety. Now her life was shattered in an instant. When detectives later asked if her father could have committed the murder, she admitted that for 1 second she wondered. Then she dismissed the thought. "The murder was too brutal," she said. "There was no way." Forensic analysts found blood and skin cells under Leslie's fingernails. The DNA belonged to an unknown male. It was not Sandy Prier. Police compiled a list of 18 to 24 men who had regular access to the Prier home. The list included family members, close friends, contractors, and neighbors. One by one, each man provided a DNA sample. One by one, they were excluded. Lauren even pointed to a neighbor who had acted strangely and made flirty comments to her mother. Police interviewed that man and tested his DNA. He was eliminated. The case went cold. Sandy Prier lived for 16 years under a cloud of suspicion. He was never arrested, but he was never officially cleared. Friends and neighbors wondered. Detectives continued to list him as a possible suspect. In 2017, Sandy died. Lauren said her father died of a broken heart. He had loved Leslie deeply. He could not bear the weight of unanswered questions and the constant doubt. He never saw the DNA evidence exonerate him. The case sat untouched for 5 more years after his death. Then in 2022, a cold case detective named Tara called Lauren without warning. Detective Tara used forensic genetic genealogy to trace the unknown DNA. The lab found high percentage matches to a family with Eastern European roots, specifically Romania. By building a detailed family tree, the team landed on a single name, Gligor. That name appeared in the original case file from 2001. When Lauren heard the name, she was shocked. Eugene Gligor was her high school boyfriend. They had gone to prom together. He had eaten dinner at her home many times. Her mother, Leslie, had cooked for him. The killer was not a stranger. He was someone they had trusted completely. Eugene Gligor was living overseas when police identified him. They could not simply ask for his DNA. Instead, they set up a ruse at the airport during his return to the United States. Officials pulled him aside for a routine document check and placed him in a clean, sterile room. They offered him a bottle of water. He drank it. After he left, they collected the bottle. The lab confirmed a perfect match to the crime scene DNA. When confronted, Gligor pretended to cry, but no tears came. He said, "I don't remember," instead of, "I didn't do it." Eugene Gligor pleaded guilty to second-degree murder. At the sentencing hearing, Lauren faced him in court. She called him a monster and a wolf in sheep's clothing. She told him he had almost gotten away with it. The judge sentenced Gligor to 22 years in prison. He will be nearly 70 years old when he is released. Sandy Prier never lived to see his name cleared, but Lauren keeps a photograph of her parents in her guest bedroom. She looks at it now and says 4 words: "We got justice." The case took 25 years, but the truth finally came out.